Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Review UK. My name is Michael Jamieson and today I am reviewing Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I am not the first person to have done a review for this movie. It seems like the entire world has had their say on this film by now. You've probably read a lot and watched a lot of people's opinions of it. And I'm sure I'll just be echoing what's been said before. So literally the start of this video and everything that I said so far has, in my opinion, not been of any value whatsoever. So I'm going to rectify that now by being entertaining and telling you what I thought about the film. Batman v Superman is directed by Zak Snyder. He is a very divisive director. I personally love him. I really liked Man of Steel. I think Watchmen is tremendous. And I loved Sucker Punch. Things like Sucker Punch, it's not about the story, it's not about the plot or the characters, it's about visuals and action and incredible, just a feast for the eyes. I genuinely think that Sucker Punch is so tremendous and the designs of everything is so wonderful. I have nothing but praise to say for it, and people who criticise it, I think, look, alright, it's not your kind of film, so don't worry about it. There is a certain amount of that in Batman v Superman. I think that the plot could definitely be better. It's fine. It's, you know, it's a shame actually because I think there are certain elements of the story and the plot and the reasons and the motivations for all the characters that work really well. For example, the prequel at the beginning, or the flashback to Man of Steel, where we see Ben Affleck, aka Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, like his building being destroyed, his hometown being destroyed by this massive fight between two extremely powerful individuals. It's a great concept. It's actually one of the early concepts in my favourite comic book in the whole wide world, Invincible, of which I own some original artwork. Don't be jealous. So that concept is really, really nice. I'm not sure I 100% buy Superman's motivation. There is one scene where he just shows up and stops Batman from being a vigilante. Bit weird. Superman himself is a superhero and has killed countless people, so whether directly or indirectly I should add. So it's weird that he would be stopping or have a problem with someone else. And also minor spoilers here, or spoilers, full on spoilers here. Batman stops wanting to kill Superman when he finds out that his mum's got the same name. It's a very weird scene and just a very weak, paper thin reasoning for wanting, oh okay, I'm just going to stop everything now then. I feel like the film is all over the place. My friend described it as a hot mess, which I chuckled at because, yeah, it feels like a fucking mess. There are dream sequences just shat in. I read something afterwards that suggested it might be to do with the Flash's future sight or whatever, but it's still really weird. It was still a really weird inclusion into the film. They didn't explain it at all. There is seemingly no reason for it. And there's a couple of dream sequences like that, and it's very odd. Some things that I did like about it, I thought that Ben Affleck was really good. Unfortunately, there just wasn't enough of him. This really could have, well, there really could have been done. We really could have done with having a solo Batman film before this film to really get to know the character of Batman and, yeah, just to settle in with Ben Affleck's version of Batman, because I left hungry for more of that after the film. I really liked Wonder Woman. She doesn't have a huge part to play in the film, but Gal Gadot, or Gadot, however you pronounce her name, her on-screen presence I found very powerful. She's obviously very attractive, and the way that she, spoilers, comes in and saves the day at the end, it was kind of a shiver goosebump, pimple goosebump making moment for me. It got me all riled up and the fanboy in me was screaming with delight. The rest of the Justice League though, oh god, they're so shoehorned in. They're horrifyingly shoehorned in. Which, okay, I might have been alright with, but Flash looks alright, not mind-blowing. He stops the robbery, brilliant. Doesn't look like Flash at all. Yeah, weird casting choice. Aquaman, I'm not an Aquaman hater, far from it. I think Aquaman has a huge amount of potential. And even I will say, in the scene that he is in, when he rips off through the water, I think that looked freaking awesome. But the beginning bit of him was horrible. It's so stupid. He just floats through with like a trident and like his hair waving around and he's like, just garbage. And Cyborg looked absolutely fucking ridiculous. That whole scene was fucking stupid. Really bad. really like Batman and Robin bad in my opinion. So I think it's a real shame that they've massively shoehorned it all in. I think that something that they could have done is just make this Batman v Superman, focus heavily on Batman, make it mainly a Batman film. Probably wouldn't have needed Wonder Woman in there. Focus on that, we get to know Batman a little bit more, we get more of what we actually want to see, because large portions of it were boring. There's a lot of disjointed scenes, a lot of it could be cut out, I feel. There are so many characters that just don't need to be there. So yeah, make it mainly a Batman film, have the Batman v Superman fight, and then have a, you know, have a 5 to 10 minute after credits scene setting up Justice League. If you want to rush into it and you don't want to go the solo film route first like Marvel did, do something like that. 10 minute amazing after credits mini film almost where you're setting it up. You could have even had the same concept of reading emails and we found people, but just do it differently. Batman's been doing it on his own. He's found them all, smashed it, blah 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 blah. It would have been so much better. It wouldn't have felt shoehorned in. It would have felt like an addendum, as obviously it would have been, but shoehorned into the middle of the film, it felt really disjointed, and the fact that it was on an email, it was just felt like something that they could just film separately. It could have been shot in a green screen room in a tiny little box or even an office, whatever, and they're just like, we'll just plonk it in there. So, action-wise, it is incredible. It has got a lot of amazing action, really good fight scenes, and there's plenty of it. I don't even dislike, spoilers again, I don't even dislike Doomsday. I didn't dislike Lex Luthor. There's a lot that I really enjoyed about this film. Really cool action. I will say actually, it's not my favourite directed film by Zak Snyder. I don't think he directs it amazingly, to be honest. I think a lot of the action is all over the place a little bit. Very shaky cam and it's hard to concentrate. Now, this might be because it was, you know, large portion of the action scenes I was watching it after 1 AM. But I'd never noticed that on any of Zak Snyder's other films. It felt there was a lot of moving around, and normally his action scenes are a bit more cinematic. I've not heard that criticism from anyone else, so maybe I'm bullshitting. But yeah, this is a enjoyable film, definitely, because there's a huge amount of spectacle. There's a huge amount of spectacle in it, and these are characters that everyone loves. And this is really exciting because this is building up to the Justice League, so it's cool and it's got an air of excitement and fanboyism and geekism around it. But this is not a great movie, this is not a great story, it's really weirdly edited and the narrative is all over the show. So if you're going into this thinking of Winter Soldier or thinking of Guardians of the Galaxy, big, epic, really well done films, The Dark Knight, this is not it. If you want to watch a very entertaining film, basically like reading a graphic novel of Batman vs Superman, but not in order, you're just choosing to flick to different bits and it's all really good artwork, then yeah, you'll probably enjoy it and you can enjoy a lot of what you visually see. So I would give this a low 6 out of 10. Thank you very much for watching Movie Review UK. Sound off in the comments, what did you think of Batman vs Superman? And subscribe for more videos.